Do you really have to smoke that thing? I mean, couldn't you just mime?
I can mime smoking. I can't mime smoke.
That's a cut.
I wonder, would it be possible to have some knitting? My hands are aching for something to do, and it seems so right for the character.
Props. Yeah, I'll try and find some knitting.
Walter, a word. I fully understand the national importance of what we're shooting, and obviously there's no question of diluting the message. I just wonder if it mightn't pack a little more punch if Mr. Brown were to express a little more. For example, at the mention of the clever code, I might say, well, that'll be the first clever thing April's ever done in her life. Do you see? That's just a dash of humour, and then further along.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, certainly.
We should be home by 2.
Oh, no. It's just that the caption at the end's going to be, he's not listening, but the enemy might be. It's a joke for women who think their husbands never pay attention. So if you start answering her, well, the caption won't make sense. I wrote it, the scenario.
I'll be in my dressing room if anyone needs me.
So how did you come to be involved in Their Finest?
I was given the book to read, just before it was published, and I read it, and I thought it would make a very good television, and then thought, actually, no, it'd make a fantastic film. It would make, I thought it would make a great film, and thought, well, I'd really like to write it as well, so I sort of said so. And at the same time, there were 2 producers who independently had come across the book and were both, in fact, going to try and go for it, and then realised that they were in competition, decided they didn't want to do that, they'd do it together. And my name was I don't know how they found out I was interested, actually, but it was a sort of happy coming together of circumstance.
I got involved through Lone Scherfig, the director, obviously, because I'd tried to work with her before and I wanted to work with her for a long time. And then the script turned out to be a cracker, so it was a no-brainer, as they say.
I read the script and I just thought it was brilliant. Really, really well-written script, really elegant and witty and funny and moving. And then I'd wanted to work with Ilona for a long time. So, that's how I got involved.
How was it working with the rest of the cast? Because it is a fabulous cast.
It's a fantastic cast, which is a credit to Lona, because they will come for her because she's so admired. And also for the script, Gaby Chiappe's script, which was just sensational. So the combination was as attractive to them as it was to me.
The cast is just so beautifully put together, and every single person was just a joy to work with, from Sam Claflin, who has become a friend of mine, and we just have great chemistry, and he's so good in the film as well, and I loved working with Bill Nighy too. I mean, he was he's such a gentleman and so talented with comedy, and it was a real honour to sort of watch him make this beautiful script his own, the text his own. And then, heroes of mine like Richard E. Grant, just every day he was on set was a joy.
And obviously it's a very particular period in history. How much research did you do into the character? Or was it kind of all there in the novel?
It's all really there either in the novel or more importantly in the script. I did watch some of those films from that period in order to get a kind of tonal thing for the film that we're making within the film that you're watching, kind of thing. But largely it was all contained within the script.
And how is it making a film within a film?
It's good fun because you have a kind of double crew, and you have the pretend sound person and the real sound person, and similarly with the cameraman and every other department. And it was just good to see how they used to do it in 1940. The process is pretty much the same, but the equipment is different, and it's kind of funky to see all that stuff.
The thing that I had to do was keep track of the film they were making and also where they were in the process of making it. So, were they at the point of just putting together the story? Were they on the 3rd draft? Were they on a shooting script? That I sometimes used to get confused about. And I had it all kind of written out so that I wouldn't lose track.
And as well as it being a film within a film, you're an actor playing another actor. I mean, how is it? That must be kind of odd to process.
It's slightly odd at first, and then you realise that you can't play an actor, you play a man. Like you can't play a painter, you play a man who paints. So, but it was fun, yeah, because there are certain things you recognise and those relationships you're familiar with the director and with the writer and all those kind of things. So it was, it doesn't, because you're an actor, it doesn't mean you can act it any better, but it was interesting to look at all that.
This is Rose and Lily's story, and you won't let them do anything.
They go to Dunkirk.
And Johnny pilots them home.
They're girls. Girls don't want to be the hero, they want to have the hero. They want to be had by him.
Tom, cab.
And if that ginger viper so much as gets her nose through the office door while we're out, you're sacked. And don't think I won't know. I can smell her shaving cream on the wind.
Anything else?
Since you're so keen to flex your femininity, you can tidy up!
The period details, obviously, a big part of the film. How were the costumes and the sets to work with? Because it looks like a huge amount of care was taken.
Yeah, we had a really incredible production designer and costume designer, both women. So the attention to detail was really impeccable. For my part, I mean, it really helps when everything is right. You know, from the newspapers that you're in the background, you know, the taps, everything was exactly as it would have been. And my costumes too. I mean, I worked for a long time with Charlotte, our costume designer, in getting it absolutely right. Everything I wore was from the period, so, you know, it helps you get into character and feel from that period. It's
Fantastic. I mean, their achievement is, you know, enormous. And I, you know, from my point of view, is the costumes of it. The costumes are great. I do think that clothes have gone downhill since 1947, particularly for women. I think the women look sensational. And it was, you're always very moved when you walk on a set and somebody's either built the set so beautifully and accurately and with such commitment, or made you a prop. They hand you a prop that is sort of beyond what you need. It's kind of built beautifully, or it's, you know, and it's always kind of humbling, and it's also inspiring because you think, oh my God, these people are serious. You know, you better be good, kind of thing. So it all helps enormously to doing your job.
How did you find working with Lona? Because obviously I think she was a big attraction for a lot of these people for the film.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh God, I really lucked out. So that's my first film, and I got to work with Lona, and it was really brilliant, really brilliant. Because you don't get that much, you don't get time on television, which is what I'm used to doing, to collaborate in the same way with a director. And in film, you do, and it was really a fantastic experience for me. Very happy.
And when you're finished promoting this, what's next for you? What's coming up?
Well, the next thing that you will see is called the Limehouse Golem, and golem is a Jewish folklore word which suggests demon or monster. It's from a book by Peter Ackroyd called Dan Leno and the Limehouse Golem. It stars Olivia Cooke with an E, who's the young British actress just been taken up by Steven Spielberg for his new movie, and myself and Danny Mays, the great young English actor. We comb 1880 London for clues for murder, and there's a lot of fog and a lot of blood. And I get to play Detective Superintendent John Kildare of Scotland Yard, which gives me a big bang every time I say that.
Girls like us, we serve all those people who gave their sons to one war, and now their grandsons to another. If all of this stopped, even if I were dead, I'd miss it. And I'd miss you.
Have you seen it, our film? I'm awfully good. So are you.
Mrs. Cole? Where is she?
Could someone please get Mr. Hilliard out of Dunkirk?